Welcome to Texas. Today we are at a 100 megawatt Bitcoin mining farm with the Compass Mining team. Check this out. All right, guys, I'm here with Curtis. How are you?
Hey, I'm wonderful. Good to see you again, Hobbyist.
Too. So where in the world are we today?
Right now, we're in northern Texas, about an hour and a half south of Amarillo. We're at our Soluna partner site, which we call Texas 5. This is their Project Dorothy. It's their flagship renewable computing center.
All right, guys, I'm here with Cam from Compass Mining. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit more about operations at this facility.
Yeah, so operations have changed a bit here at this facility. So Soluna operates close to 100 megawatts here. They have a number of different partners that are hosting here. Big names you'd know that I'm not going to disclose. But it's one of the things that Compass is able to do with our expertise is we're able to kind of dive in a little bit more and take better care of our miners here by putting our own team and our own boots on the ground, which is unique at this facility. And so we have 4 people here right now that are overseeing 13 of these MDCs that operate at the site.
See for my audience.
It is a modular data center. And I think you're going to be taking a look inside one of these bad boys, right?
I'm going to take a closer look because these aren't like traditional containers. They're very, very different. Tell us a little bit about them.
Yeah, so these are special custom designed, and you'll see on the inside, setting up racks. Very simple design, but very good from an airflow perspective in this dusty environment here in North Texas. And then great, you can see the fans operating here, pushing that air through. So we really like the design and the operations here.
So how many of them are you running here at this location, and how many ASIC miners?
Yeah, so we're running about 4,500 ASIC miners in 13 of these MDCs. And I think, yeah, that runs to about 15 megawatts.
Okay. And that in mind, what type of make and models do you guys run at this location?
A whole bevy of them. We have, I think, a few Watts miners still on the rack, but we're running J-Pros, but that's transitioning very much into S21s right now. Okay. And then some Scrypt miners. We're playing with that just a little bit.
Yeah, what type of Scrypt miners is Compass starting to get more and more into?
Getting into the DG1s right now is, I think, what we have right here. Just a few, but just making them available and seeing what the market does and what people are interested in. We want to support the community as much as possible.
Hey guys, I'm here with Steven with Soluna. Thanks for joining me today.
No problem.
So your location here in northern Texas is very different than any other site that I've been to when it comes down to power generation. Tell my audience a little bit about how you guys are so unique.
Okay, so we get our power from the wind farm right next door. We are behind the meter setup. We're able to pull power through a power purchase agreement, which allows us to get power at a good price for running miners. Where our power comes into our pad mount transformers, which feeds all of our MDCs. And if we do not have enough power from the wind farm because it's not windy day, we're able to get from the grid to supplement that power.
Yeah, it's fantastic to see that you guys are utilizing and leveraging, kind of renewable energy. But when it's not available 100% of the time, you use that backbone of the grid. I think that works out fantastic for you guys.
It absolutely does.
All right, guys, so let's take a walk through here. This place is like an absolute city. It's absolutely wild. You can actually get lost walking through here. It's so big and everything looks exactly the same. So let's go ahead. We are at some of Compass Mining's MDCs. Those modular data centers is what they're calling them here. And let's go ahead and kind of spin around here. You can see we're right in between. We actually have this diamond design back behind me here, which is very unique. We're gonna get into kind of the mechanics and the science a little bit behind that in just a few minutes. But let's take a closer look at these MDCs, and then of course, let's step inside. All right, so each individual diamond is made up of 4 MDCs. And on the left side here is really where it's much, much quieter and much cooler is on the left side. We do see, this is the intake side of these setups. Massive hooded setups all the way through, and that's actually where the intake is. So if we get a little bit closer, you can see the intake filters that are swapped out a few times a year with that chicken wire holding them in place, especially here in northern Texas. It's super, super important. Now we have our entrance here to jump inside. We'll hop in a minute, with a garage door that they're able to go ahead and take some heavier equipment and pallets all the way through. So walking on the outside of our building here, we have our transformers that come in, and each set of the transformers and switching equipment is assigned to 2 of the actual MDCs. So if we step back here a little bit, you can actually see in this V shape here, shaped this way and this way, we do have our transformer coming in. So all that power comes in off of the actual wind turbine, comes through into the site, and then makes its way over here to the transformers. And then from the transformers, everything is going inside of each individual MDC. Now, something different here is we talked about the exhaust side of these. Well, let's go ahead and step inside of this little V shape here. And this is actually pretty wild. We'll talk about it here and then step inside. So we have 4 of these MDCs, one over here pointing angled inward, another one over there on the other side of the diamond, another one there, and then another one there. And what they do is, this is actually a chimney design, something I've never seen at any other site, where all the exhaust and all this airflow and CFM flows right into the middle. And then that heat rises upward. So and the reason they do that is from a density perspective, with a lot of other of these diamonds that we see out here, to keep it, because if not, you'd have everything lined up, right? You don't want that heat going into another MDC's intake, which would absolutely be detrimental. So let's go ahead and we're gonna step inside here. It's louder. I'm gonna try to shout, and oh my gosh, it is worlds hotter in there. This is our hot aisle, guys. But I'm telling you right now, it's over 100 right here, versus on the other side there, it's probably 60, 70 degrees just over there where we started. But I'm just gonna go ahead and circle around. So we are in the middle of this diamond-shaped hot aisle right now. And it is very interesting. Kudos to the Soluna team for the way they've designed this site. It is not like anything else that I've ever seen at this point. So take a look. There is so much room in here. It's absolutely wild. So we have our intake wall on the left. We have our ASICs on the right, and then everything exhausting out that way. So inside this building, we have a variety of S21, S21 Pros, S19K Pros, and there's some AlphaPex units kind of scattered throughout this building. We're gonna walk over here where it's a little bit quieter inside of this building here and take a look. This building actually has not only Bitcoin miners, but also Scrypt miners. Compass Mining has really been leaning into the AlphaPex side of the world. Those are the DG1 pluses that we see there. But yeah, this is really impressive. I actually see some Lutz miners as well. And I even saw, while touring here, some S19J Pros. So our airflow comes in. You can feel that air just coming in here through the hooded setup, and then runs through the ASICs using that, and then through the 80,000 CFM fans on the other side. Inside each building, they have their network set up here, their breaker set up, and in these buildings, they're very unique. Take a look up top. This is running a bus bar setup. Those of you guys that are familiar, it comes in off the transformer and then runs through a bus bar up top, and then comes down into each of the PDUs. And the PDUs, full smart networked PDUs that go ahead and power all the equipment. Network equipment, we said, comes in through here and then runs into our individual switches on each shelf. But this is really impressive. I can't believe how much room there is. You know, mining containers, it's a lot smaller, but look how much distance that we have between the intake side. It allows them to work very easily through here. Actually, utility golf carts coming through here. That makes it much, much easier. So let's go ahead and step into our next building and take a closer look of what's inside there. So we're jumping into another MDC between buildings here, through that V, out and in. Here we go. All right, so this one has a lot more S21 XPs, S21s in it. It's actually a little bit quieter, it seems like, in here. But the newer models, you can see, look at the size of the fan difference. 140 millimeter versus the 120 millimeter fans through here. Now, I actually have a number of my ASIC miners, my Bitcoin miners, hosted here at Compass. And they actually showed them to me. Let me see if I can find them. Here we go. Yeah. Take a look. The Hobbyist miner sticker. Right in there. Here's one of my S21s. Here's another one. There's another one up top there. Another one over there. I haven't found all of them, but I've got a number of my units in here. And the nice thing is these are all uniform, through this entire setup. I was talking with their team. They were telling me how easy it is to work on this equipment. Lots of space, great airflow, great rack structure. It's really, really slick. I've been really impressed with this site. I would say this is probably my favorite Compass mining site so far that I visited. All right, guys, that is gonna wrap up my time here in Northern Texas, hanging out with the Compass mining team at their Texas 5 facility. Listen, if you guys are interested in buying or hosting ASIC miners, Bitcoin, or now Scrypt, please go ahead and reach out to the Compass team. I'll leave links directly down below to their contact information. Reach out and tell them the Hobbyist Miner sent you for special pricing. I'll see you guys on our next mining farm adventure.